Here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State's economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast News right here on EBS Television. I am Priska Ongo. Anambra State government has reassured its commitment towards creating an enabling environment for the National Youth Service Corps scheme to thrive. Anambra State Professor Governor Chukwuma Soludo gave reassurance during the official opening of 2023 Batch B Stream 1 orientation course and swearing-in ceremony of core members deployed to Anambra State at the Nnamdi Azikiwe NYSC Unity Permanent Orientation Camp, Umuawolo, Mbauku, in Awka South local government area. Details of this report from her.
Peaceful, prosperous, hate-free, egalitarian society.
Governor Soludo, represented by his Chief of Staff, Sir Ernest Ezajui, stated that government will continue to provide necessary infrastructure, security and welfare support to ensure the safety and well-being of the core members. Governor Soludo stated that the government will also explore opportunities for skills acquisition, entrepreneurship, training and empowerment programs to enhance self-reliance of core members after their service year. The governor urged the core members to embrace the core values of NYSC, which include discipline, integrity, teamwork, patriotism and tolerance, while expressing appreciation to NYSC stakeholders for their support and collaboration to ensure success of NYSC scheme in Anambra State, adding that NYSC scheme over the years has been instrumental in promoting unity, cultural integration and national development.
One Youth, Two Skills program. This is one of our flagship programs in Anambra State, which we've engaged many youths in our 21 local government areas, engaging them in acquiring skills that will help them in the future, to acquire the skills that will help them to be self-sustenance, not be dependent on government in everything. That is the government of this administration. I encourage you to utilize that time to fully maximize your potentials while you serve in the state.
On his part, the chairman, NYSC Governing Board, who is also the Commissioner for Youth Development, Anambra State, Mr. Patrick Amba, reminded the core members that the orientation course is to equip them physically and mentally to face the challenges they may encounter while carrying out their mandatory one-year service to their fatherland, urging them to participate actively in all the trainings. In her address, the State Coordinator, NYSC Anambra State, Mrs. Blessing Iruma, who thanked Governor Soludo, the Youth Commissioner, Anambra Chief Judge, NYSC stakeholders and their host communities, noted that the primary purpose of the orientation course is to properly introduce and acquaint the prospective core members with the ideas and objectives of NYSC program, as it is also an opportunity for them to learn important skills. She noted that a total of 1,610 core members, comprising 702 males and 902 females, participated in the swearing-in program.
Abide by the camp rules and regulations, taking into cognizance that this is a regimented life activity. They're equipped with necessary skills. We have 12 skill sets, and are empowered at the end of the day so that Nigeria will achieve the mandate of self-reliance, wealth creation, thereby reduce unemployment.
Parade swearing in of the core members by the State Chief Judge, Justice Onochi Anya-Achebelo, climaxed the ceremony.
The Executive Secretary, Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate, Dr. Chioma Ejikeme, says no pensioner who is alive should be left out in the ongoing I'm Alive confirmation process, which will determine a pensioner's eligibility to continue to receive pension. Dr. Ejikeme, who stated this at a two-day Southeast Stakeholders Engagement Forum in Awka, assured that Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate is determined to change the narrative of the pension administration and has trained pension desk officers from the ministries, departments, and agencies. Pensioners retired from, as well as representatives of pension unions, on the use of application to assist pensioners who are unable to carry out the confirmation on their own. Joseph Ibocha has the details.
Launched on 12th October 2022 with successful pilot phase, Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate fully rolled out and staggered the I Am Alive confirmation process till 28 February 2024 to prevent heavy flow of traffic on the website and ensure efficient and effective service delivery. Dr. Ejike Eme explained that the Stakeholders Engagement Forum is organized periodically to meet and interact with pensioners and stakeholders in all the geopolitical zones of the country, keep them updated on its activities, future plans, and most importantly, get their feedback. As part of Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate resolve to ensure that no eligible pensioner is left out, Dr. Ejike Eme announced that a survey is being carried out by the Directorate on www.pitad.gov.ng to ascertain the number and locations of pensioners in the United States of America, Canada, and the United Kingdom to enable the Directorate plan for diaspora verification, warning against patronizing pension fraudsters. She expressed confidence that President Bola Tinubu will continue to make pension payment a first-line charge and appeal to state governors to do same.
If somebody is earning 1,000 naira as pension, for instance, and you give that person 33% increment, and somebody is earning 1 million naira as pension, and you give that person 33% increment, it's not equitable. It's a situation of the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. So, but with these absolute figures, we now, in our agency, have a minimum pension, as it were. There's no pensioner who earns less than 8,000 something naira now in Pitad.
In a goodwill message, a representative of the Federal Ministry of Finance, Mrs. Ifeyinwa Ekwozo, said Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate is a step forward in guaranteeing security of pension benefits and ensuring timely and uninterrupted disbursement. Even as a representative of the Public Complaints Commission, Mrs. Sarah Adeniran urged Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate to do more to ensure that all outstanding benefits due to pensioners and their next of kin are settled. The National President of Nigerian Union of Pensioners, Comrade Ikechukwu Abumisi, who commended the Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate for conducting the I Am Alive confirmation in parts of the country, urged government at all levels to ensure that people, especially pensioners, are lifted out of poverty through regular payment of entitlements. On his part, the Anambra State Chairman of the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, Dr. Anthony Ugozo, who commended the state government for providing Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate with a befitting office, thereby bringing their services closer to Anambra pensioners, informed the gathering that though some states in the southeast stopped payment of gratuity to pensioners as far back as 1998, the story is different in Anambra, where pensioners are paid as at when due. The Stakeholders Engagement Forum featured paper presentations as well as interactive session. In Oka, Joseph Ebosha reporting for ABS News.
The Mandela Washington Fellowship Alumni Association of Nigeria Inclusion Summit 2023 has ended in Oka with a call on stakeholders to apply inclusiveness to issues relating to people living with disability. The summit, held at Nnamdi Azikiwe University, attracted people living with disability, students, experts, professionals, and role models in various life endeavors. Queen Anibogo felt this report taken from her.
The Mandela Washington Fellowship is a flagship program of the United States government's Young African Leaders Initiative, which has brought over 5,000 young leaders from countries in sub-Saharan Africa to the United States for academic and leadership training. The fellows between the ages of 20, 25 and 35 are accomplished innovators and leaders in their communities and countries. In an address to welcome the President, Nigerian chapter of the association, Fumi Adebajo, represented by Dr. Ifeoma Ume, said the gathering was to celebrate young leaders who have beaten the odds in spite of their disability and non-inclusiveness. She expressed belief that through the collective action and mutual encouragement, they can create a society that embraces diversity, inclusivity, and equal opportunities for all.
We believe that through collective action and mutual encouragement, we can create a society that embraces diversity, inclusivity, and equal opportunity for all. I extend my deepest gratitude to Mandela Washington Fellowship and Yali Network members for their unwavering support in organizing this program in the Southeast.
The Vice Chancellor Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Professor Charles Esimone, represented by the Dean Student Affairs, Professor Nonso Achebe, in his welcome address, appreciated the Mandela Washington Fellowship Alumni Association of Nigeria for choosing the institution for its summit and explained that people living with disability should be encouraged and called for all-inclusive education for them.
We want to thank the Washington Fellowship Association of Nigeria for choosing to come to Nnamdi Azikiwe University. We believe strongly that disability is not a death sentence. Neither is it a reason not to be excellent in performance.
In his paper presentation titled Persons Living with Disability Beating All Odds in a Challenging Society, the Managing Director, Anambra Broadcasting Service, Sachido Obidiegu, identifies the challenges people living with disabilities are facing in Nigeria.
The roads that are being constructed in Anambra now, if you look at the park, you see where there's an elevation, just for people who are pedestrians and also people living with disabilities. In the One Youth, Two Skills program that is going on, we have 5% reserved for people living with disabilities. Doesn't that show that the governor is coming to say that he loves you? And at ABS, the governor gave a directive to me that anything that has to do with people living with disabilities must be free of charge.
Also speaking, the Director, Center for Disability and Special Needs Research, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Professor Williams Obiozo said, in Anambra State, a lot was done by the former administration to help people living with disability and expressed hope that the present administration will do more in that regard. Video clips of some young people who are beating the odds to make remarkable impact in their careers were shown to inspire participants. 3 persons living with disability, Chiamaka Ohanakere, Rita Chude, and Justice Asozo, were presented with awards by the Mandela Washington Fellowship Alumni Association of Nigeria for their outstanding accomplishments in their careers. The event, with the team beating all odds, featured cultural dance from students of Special Needs School, Odapu, Onitsha.
The Anambra State Commissioner of Police, Aderemi Adeoye, has called on security agencies to maintain existing collaboration in the fight against crime and criminality. Details of this report from here.
CP Adeoye, who was speaking when he paid courtesy visits to heads of some security agencies in the state, including Department of State Services, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, and National Drug Laws Enforcement Agency in Awka, noted that this would enhance safety and security of Anambra as the police cannot do it alone. He assured that the police command's doors will remain opened to them for fruitful discussions and meaningful engagements. In their separate responses, the service commanders expressed satisfaction with the visit and promised to cooperate with the police to stem the tide of insecurity in the state, especially in the area of intelligence sharing and joint operations. In a related development, the Commissioner of Police also visited the Catholic Bishop of Awka, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezokafo, and appealed to the church to use its platform to promote peace and encourage individuals to shun violence and remain law-abiding. Responding, Bishop Ezokafo thanked the police commissioner for the visit and prayed for the country, the state, the police command, as well as the commissioner of police. The commissioner of police was accompanied on the visit by some senior officers of the police command, including the police public relations officer, DSP Ikenga Tochukwu.
The Chief Magistrate Court sitting at Nobi, Demili South Council area, has adjourned the case between the State Commissioner of Police and Chief Chijioke Oka to Friday, July 28. The police have also amended a 5-count charge against Mr. Oka and joined one Olufemi Salako in the suit. Paul Ezoke reports.
When the case was called up for definite hearing, the prosecution counsel, Mr. Ifeanyi Eze, told the court that charges against Mr. Oka have been amended, which the court accepted. According to the amended charges read to Mr. Oka and Mr. Saloko, they were arraigned before the court for attempting to commit felony by inducing one Miss Victoria Mbashu to make a title document of her land in his favor with intent to fraudulently convert the property to his own. They were also charged for conspiring to commit misdemeanor through forcible entering of a property belonging to Mr. Bonaventure Ezekwenna. Mr. Carr was also arraigned for willful and unlawful damage of a building valued at 10 million naira belonging to Mr. Bonaventure Ezekwenna and giving false information to the Inspector General of Police and his investigating officers that he duly purchased a land for one Miss Victoria Mbashu, which he knew was false, with intent to deceive the police to use his powers against Miss Victoria Mbashu and Mr. Bonaventure Ezekwenna. Both defendants pleaded not guilty to the 5 charges, and the court, presided over by Chief Magistrate Ken Nwoye, upheld the bail earlier granted to Mr. Oka and also granted Mr. Saloko bail of 1.5 million naira with one choti who resides within the jurisdiction of the court unknown to the prosecution counsel. The prosecution counsel earlier opposed the bail application on grounds of possible jumping of bail but was overruled by the court. From Nobi in the Idemili South Council area, Paul Ezoke, ABS News.
The president of the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Vele Oye, has said the recently launched trade will improve the non-oil trade balance. Oye said this while speaking on behalf of the organized private sector of Nigeria at a stakeholders sensitization workshop and public presentation of the 2023 to 2027 trade and investment policies for Nigeria, organized by the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investments at the Nigeria Export Promotion Council. The Nasima Bowles commended the President Bola Tinubu's led administration for the launch of the trade and investment policies for Nigeria. He also said that it was gratifying to see that the policy prioritized the growth of small and medium enterprises and that the informal sector, which were the backbone of Nigeria's economy. Oye noted that the policy document was a blueprint that sets the tone for Nigeria's businesses and investors to realize their potential in the local and international markets. The Nigerian Communications Commission has unveiled guidelines for the conduct of promotional activities, especially by mobile network operators in the industry. NCC, which reference the powers conferred upon it by Section 70 of the Nigerian Communications Act 2003 to regulate this, said the guidelines are developed to set minimum requirements and standards for promotional advertisements by licensed communications operators in Nigeria. The 15-page document by the regulator released yesterday, NCC said a licensee shall submit to the Commission a written request for the approval of any promotional advertisements for goods and services. The request shall be submitted at least 30 working days before the proposal plan publication, and the licensee shall ensure that the application meets minimum standards and requirements. NCC informed that all approvals granted shall be registered with the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission within 3 days of the launch of the promotions. The NCC said it has the right to reject any application which will be communicated to licensee within 14 days of receiving it. The United States is deploying additional fighter jets around the strategic Strait of Hormuz to protect ships from Iranian seizures, a senior U.S. defense official said, according to a news report. Speaking to Pentagon reporters, the official said the U.S. will send F-16 fighter jets to the Gulf region this weekend to augment the A-10 attack aircraft that have been patrolling there for more than a week. Washington's increase in military assets in the region comes after Iran tried to seize 2 oil tankers near the Strait last week, the Associated Press news agency reported. The defense official, who spoke on condition of anonymity to provide details of U.S. military operations in the region, said the F-16s will give air cover to the ships moving through the waterway and increase the U.S. military visibility in the area as a deterrent to Iran, AP reported. The U.S. Navy said that in 2 recent instances, Iranian naval vessels backed up when the USS McFaul, a guided missile destroyer, arrived on the scene. The defense official also told reporters that the U.S. is considering a number of military options to address increasing Russian aggression in the skies over Syria. The official declined to detail the options, but said that the U.S. will not cede any territory and will continue to fly in the western part of Syria as part of operations against ISIL fighters. Sports. South Africa coach Hugo Broos has bragged that his side, Bafana Bafana, will qualify for the 2026 World Cup ahead of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Broos made this known after the 2026 World Cup draw was made. South Africa and Nigeria will face Rwanda, Benin, Lesotho and Zimbabwe in Group C for one of the 9 slots allotted to Africa. The Belgian tactician believes the side has all it takes to qualify ahead of Nigeria. The 2026 World Cup will be hosted by 3 countries for the first time in the tournament's history. It will also feature for the first time 48 teams against the usual 32 teams. Remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television or follow on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can log on to our website. It's www.absradiotv.com. At the end of the news this morning, a recap of the main points. Anambra State Government is to assist core members in skill acquisition, entrepreneurship training. Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate has reassured on protection of pensioners' welfare. NASIMA is optimistic new investment policy will improve trade balance. And from the foreign team, United States is set to deploy more fighter jets to Gulf region as tension with Iran increases. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that ends the breakfast news at this time on ABS Television. Thanks for watching. I am Priska Onko. Good morning and happy Sunday.